Well, should we move on to sport? And while most of us are looking forward to a few days off over Christmas, life is about to get busier for the region's footballers.
Oh yes, they'll play 4 games in the next 12 days. Swindon kick it all off with a bit of a Christmas cracker, hosting top of the table Tranmere tonight.
Well, the game really sells itself. Tranmere top of the table, and you can see Swindon just outside of the playoffs. But 4 good results over Christmas, and who knows, they could even be up near the top of the table. It is that close.
And now let's go to Tranmere's game at Swindon this evening. There was a flurry of action last time we joined Chris Hull.
Julian, fantastic first 15 minutes here, and it's a perfect start for Paolo Di Canio's Swindon Town. 2 goals within inside those first 10 minutes. The first goal coming from Danny Hollins. Edge of the box, great shot, took a deflection, and that's what beat Owen von Williams in the Tranmere Rovers goal. Then just a couple of minutes later, Rafa Defeater cutting in from the left-hand side. His shot as well, that may have taken a slight deflection as well, and that's given Swindon Town a 2-goal lead. Max Power, the brilliantly named Max Power for Tranmere Rovers, is only 19, and he has taken the place of James Wallace since Tranmere's captain has had that recent knee injury. He's just had a brilliant shot from 25 yards, which has just flown past Fotheringham's right-hand post. It's a cracker so far, but it's 2-0 to Swindon.
OK, let's take you back to tonight's League One action. Plenty of goals tonight. Swindon taking on Tranmere at the county ground. Chris Hull has an update for us. Chris.
Yeah, it's a splendid update for Swindon fans as well, because they are 3-0 up already in this fixture. If Swindon win tonight, they'll jump into 5th position inside the playoffs and to within a couple of points of Tranmere Rovers, who are currently leading the League One table. You can probably hear the Tranmere fans behind us. So excited, and so they should be. The club have decided to bring this one forward to Friday night, and there's a big crowd on, and Andy Williams has got the ball, acres of space inside the penalty area. He probably won't score a more simple goal in his entire career. Where was the Tranmere defending? The Swindon fans don't care, because Williams has slotted it home, and Tranmere lead 3-0.
Let's take you around the grounds then. Let's start with the game in League One with the leaders. Tranmere have got an excellent away record with 6 wins, 4 draws and just 1 defeat away from home, but they are getting thumped in the first half at Swindon. Here's Chris Hull.
Being carved up, Julian, like a Christmas turkey. This time it's Matt Ritchie with the freedom at the back post of the county ground in Wiltshire, and he just slammed the ball past Owen von Williams. No lie, it could be 7 or 8 in this first half. I don't know what's happened to Tranmere Rovers. They just haven't turned up. I was talking to Ronnie Moore before the game, and he said he's going to target 7 points in the next 3 games. A point here and 2 wins in the next 2 games. Well, that's not going to happen, even with my basic mathematics. It's an incredible Swindon performance, and I would imagine that Paolo Di Canio, if they continue like this, will hail this as Swindon's best performance of the season so far. Swindon and the Robins have been quite incredible. Swindon Town 4, Tranmere Rovers 0.
League One, a great game for Paolo Di Canio's Swindon. The last time we were there, it was 4-0. It's half-time at the moment. Let's get an update from Chris Hull. Chris.
Rachel, I don't think I've seen a side in a long time dominate a half of football like Swindon Town have against Tranmere Rovers this evening. They've been quite awesome, and they've carved Tranmere apart in this first half. The first goal coming from Danny Hollins, a shot from the edge of the box, going past Owen von Williams. Rafa Defeater then getting in on the act. He had a shot from 18 yards. Andy Williams with the freedom of the Tranmere box, and then Matt Ritchie at the back post. It's 4-0 to Swindon Town. Paolo Di Canio incredibly happy. Swindon 4, Tranmere 0.
More goals to tell you about. Let's quickly go to Swindon. Here's Chris Hull.
Julian, Ronnie Moore made a double substitution at half-time to try to shore up his defence, try to shut those floodgates. Guess what? It's not happened, because Matt Ritchie has just slipped the ball through to Andy Williams, and Williams has got onto the ball and fired it past Owen von Williams. Williams' 2nd goal of the night. Swindon are rampant, 5-0.
To the top of League One, the leaders Tranmere have played 11 games away from home before tonight and conceded just 8 goals, but they're getting a thumping tonight at Swindon. Here's Chris Hull.
Conceded a further 5 this evening here at the county ground, Julian. Swindon have been quite awesome. Andy Williams in the second half, adding to his first half goal. That's 2 for Andy Williams now in this game. 5-0 to Swindon. The chant from the Swindon crowd is, "We want 6." They're absolutely delirious. Christmas presents come early here at the county ground. Swindon 5, Tranmere 0.
So quickly nip back to Swindon then and join Chris Hull.
It should have been 6-0 because Andy Williams has just missed a penalty, brought down inside the box. Swindon centre forward Chris Martin, 100% penalty, no doubt about that. I don't think Andy Williams was supposed to take it because there was a bit of debate and Paolo Di Canio's furious. They're 5-0 up, but he wants to be 6-0 up. Another appeal for a penalty now, waved away, still 5-0 to Swindon.
Last time we were at the county ground, it was Swindon who were leading. Great night for Paolo Di Canio's side. They were leading 5-0. Any more goals to bring us? Chris Hull.
No more goals, Rachel, but plenty of action. Tranmere are being thumped 5-0 and Swindon have been quite sensational, irresistible tonight here at the county ground. Lovely little cameo going on, though, because Andy Williams, who had already got 2 goals, he stepped up to take the penalty, which Chris Martin won after being brought down. He's very sheepish, didn't really want to take it, was looking over his shoulder, but all his teammates were saying, go on, go on, go and get your hat-trick, go and get your hat-trick. Didn't really want to take it. His penalty was very tame, very soft, and Owen von Williams saved quite easily. Paolo Di Canio, even at 5-0, furious on the touchline, and he's actually substituted Andy Williams since and has given him a mock schoolboy clip round the ear as he was going to the substitutes bench. But it's been fabulous entertainment here in Wiltshire tonight. 5-0 to Swindon, and there's a shot going in. Oh, it just cleared off the line. 5-0 to Swindon.
Been an embarrassing night for the League One leaders, Tranmere at Swindon. Here's Chris Hull.
Yeah, Santos arrived early here in Wiltshire for Swindon Town supporters, Julian, because as you rightly say, Swindon Town, who was 7th before this match started, are going to move up to 5th, and they're going to move within 2 points of the top spot. And actually, as I speak, Swindon inches away from making it 6. Danny Holland, as I say, we're just about to approach additional time. Danny Holland started the rout with a lovely shot, deflected, make it 1-0. Then Rafa Defeater got in the act with an 18-yard shot, which again looked like it took a deflection and went past Owen von Williams in the Rovers goal. Andy Williams has got 2 goals tonight. His first, he had the freedom of the Tranmere box, and Matt Ritchie at the back post, 4-0 just before the break, and Williams getting that second goal of his just in the second half. Swindon have been quite incredible. Fantastic football from Paolo Di Canio's men. 5-0 to the Robins.
What a night it's been at the county ground for Paolo Di Canio's Swindon. It is full time there. Let's go back to Chris Hull. Chris?
Oh, Paolo Di Canio is in the centre circle. He's taking the adulation and the applause of the Swindon Town supporters. Oh, what a performance. They were quite irresistible. Classy, committed endeavour. Paolo will be so proud of the way that his side have performed. 5-0, and without a lie, it could have been double figures. They were quite sensational, the Robins tonight. It all got underway with Danny Holland's goal in the first 5 minutes. Rafa Defeater adding to that just a couple of minutes after that. Andy Williams with the freedom of the Tranmere box to make it 3-0. Then Matt Ritchie at the back post made it 4 inside the first half. Andy Williams got his second of the night to make it 5-0. Paolo Di Canio waving that scarf above his head. The Swindon fans absolutely adore him here, and they have moved up to within 2 points of Tranmere at the top of the League One table. It's a great Christmas gift for these Robins here in Wiltshire. Swindon 5, Tranmere Rovers 0.
Now in League One leaders, Tranmere were thrashed 5-0 by Swindon. Paolo Di Canio's side climb into the playoff places. Well, it's just 1 win in 7 for Tranmere. Swindon took an early lead on 4 minutes through Danny Hollands. It was 2-0 on 7 minutes. Rafaela De Vita with the goal. Andy Williams made it 3-0 on 21 minutes. And it was 4-0 on 33 minutes. Matt Ritchie scoring that one. Well, it was 5-0, 5 minutes into the second half. Williams with his second of the night. Well, it should have been 6-0, but Williams had his penalty saved by Owen von Williams. Out the other end of the end of the match, Paolo Di Canio was on the county ground pitch to applaud the home fans.
We have scored maybe 5 goals, so we missed 1 penalty. We should score another 5 goals. But at the end, we consider a chance to them that didn't make me enjoy, you know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, the lads were fantastic. The team performance was amazing. And this is why we won for final tonight.
Our keeper's been fantastic tonight, and you know, 5 goals have gone past him. Makes a penalty save as well. Without him, it could have been 7, 8, 9. I mean, that's how embarrassing we were today. But I can't knock him too much. God, they've been fantastic all season. To be fair, we're halfway through the season. You know, we're top of the league. Maybe not for long, but you know, we're top of the league. So I could get carried away and have a real pop at them. But they've given me it all, and we've had a big hiccup today.
Let's start with Friday night's fixtures, which included the leaders Tranmere, who appeared to be running out of steam after a 5-game winless run. Ronnie Moore's men were away to Swindon.
Tranmere have been top of the tree since mid-September. Swindon among the sides hopeful of hauling them in. But this was a horrendous night for Rovers. From the moment Danny Holland's deflected shot crashed into the net, it was downhill all the way. The leaders losing possession cheaply before Rafaela De Vita's effort doubled Swindon's advantage. And still only 7 minutes gone. Ronnie Moore called his defence's display as bad as any he'd seen. The home side's third illustrating the point. Rovers unable to clear, and Andy Williams punished Ian Goodison's slip. Tranmere are badly missing 3 key players, the spine of the team, the manager says, but he'd have been hoping for a bit more backbone than this. Williams denied, only for Matt Ritchie to pounce and put Swindon 4 up just past the half hour. After a run of 4 draws, Rovers were heading for their worst league defeat in almost 3 years. Swindon straight back into their stride in the second half, as Williams' second of the game put him on a hat-trick. He didn't have to wait long for his chance to claim the match ball. When Chris Martin was brought down by Michael Kay, Paolo Di Canio wanted the striker who'd been fouled to take it to get off the mark for the season. But Williams was put forward instead. Worse than the miss was the prospect of explaining it to Paolo afterwards. Always the perfectionist.
I tell you, in my opinion, it's not a big criticize, obviously, because at the end of the day they decide, and Chris Martin said, no, take it because I give you the chance to. But I wanted to be honest, this is my point of view, because as a manager, I think in a different way than the players, Chris Martin should take, because he hadn't scored yet, he didn't score yet, and then he won the penalty.
In terms of the top of the division, a real statement from Swindon Town, who put 5, of course, past the leaders Tranmere on Friday. You know, this is amongst the backdrop, I suppose, at Swindon, with a new chairman in the boardroom, looking over Paolo Di Canio, key players missing, transfer embargo. Nonetheless, they carry on regardless.
Yeah, and you've got to give Paolo a lot of credit. You know, no matter what you think of the man, in any circumstances, he's managed that club really, really well. Great. I mean, to be 4 goals up against the Tranmere side, who haven't been doing well recently. You know, drawn their 4 games before that, but still, you know, they wouldn't have expected that, and Ronnie Moore will be disappointed with the way they started. They need to get into games.
A special seasonal supporter was at the county ground, and he made sure that the home fans got a stylish early present as Swindon entertained a Tranmere team whose grip on pole position in League One is becoming increasingly precarious. It only took 4 minutes for them to penetrate Rovers' porous back line. Danny Holland, who scored an own goal in his last home game, opened the scoring via a deflection. And such an early setback really seemed to knock the stuffing out of the visitors, who found themselves 2 behind just 3 minutes later. Rafa De Vita is enjoying his best scoring season in English football. He grabbed his 7th of the campaign and his 3rd in his last 2. Swindon were playing some stylish stuff. Paolo Di Canio described the display as perfect, but he has challenged his players to maintain this level of performance. And Ian Goodison's slip allowed Andy Williams to get his first of the night. Christmas certainly had come early in this part of Wiltshire. Tranmere now haven't won in the league since the 2nd week of November and had been drawing too many matches before this, their heaviest defeat since October 2009. Matt Ritchie made it 4-0 on what was a really glum outing for the 300 Tranmere fans who'd made the 300-mile round trip. And Ronnie Moore admitted to being shocked by a Tranmere display he described as being unacceptable. But credit must also go to Swindon, whose free-flowing festive feast of football was matched by some clinical finishing. Andy Williams made it 5-0. The margin of this victory could have been greater when the Robins were awarded a penalty after Rafa Defeater was clumsily brought down by Michael Kay. Now, Paolo Di Canio wanted Chris Martin to take the spot kick, but with Andy Williams eyeing up a hat-trick, it was Williams who did eventually take it. But Owen Fon Williams' agility means that it was a decision that both Williams and Di Canio probably now regret. Yet it didn't overshadow a stylish night for Swindon, but there won't be too much festive cheer in the Tranmere dressing room after this hammering.